Today, after I was asked by Drew and Natalie to be their best man. At first I was surprised, as I thought they'd be worried that my very shy and timid nature, that I wouldn't be able to perform on the big day. But after that, this should be a breeze. The main thing that Drew asked me to not talk about during my speech was his ex-girlfriend. And this was a problem because that cut my speech down by 3 seconds. I first met Drew Alexander, did you hear that earlier? Johnson, or DJ as we call him, when we started in Dunoon Primary School, when we joined Mrs. White's P1 class to embark on our educational career. And I would like to think that over the years we've learned quite a few of life's do's and don'ts. Perhaps a few more don'ts than do's. My earliest memories of Drew and I's escapades are still very vivid. From stealing copious amounts of Coca-Cola from the family's hotel bar after make-believe golf tournaments on the putting green. Who was to know this would be the start of Drew's still shockingly bad golf career? I'm sure Mark will agree with me. Or the first time he came from a sleepover to my house, when we decided that in order to get the correct atmosphere to tell our ghost stories, we should put the halogen lamp as close to the carpet as possible. Unknown to our juvenile selves that halogen lamps and carpets don't mix. So after a small household fire / burning the carpet, we decided that Mum didn't need to know about this. So we moved the wardrobe over the burn carpet. Mum knew. Sorry, Mum. After years and years of getting into trouble together, it was time for us to move to the big school. When we moved on to Dunoon Grammar School, we were separated, with Drew moving into the Hafton class group and myself into the Argyle classes. For the preceding years, we never really hung about, finding new friends and new classes. However, we still see each other for a couple of hours every week at shinty training and shinty practice. At shinty games and shinty practice, sorry. Oh, but I always remember Drew being a bit of a bigger boy than the rest of us. And this helped him in shinty because he was able to nudge you off the ball, maybe score a few goals. But he was still no match for the Fort William Juniors. Or as our coach Norm liked to call them, the hairy-arsed farmers. The under-14 shinty team, turning up in their cars, unloading the prams, getting the wains sorted, having a couple of fags outside the hall before warming up to maul the Dunoon team. However, as the years went on and their voices grew deeper, we were drawn back into our old partnership, along with a few of the original posse by our side. But as we found in our grown-up years, real jobs, mortgages, or female companions who we cannot live without, we struggled to get the lads together. So there was only one solution to this: stag do. So it was decided the lads were off on a stag do to Valtorren for a ski trip, with a few more new brothers involved. And as the best man, it was my job to organise it, which I gladly accepted because I love a good party. Now the problem was, this was our first stag do within the group. So we weren't very used to the whole, oh let's embarrass the stag, oh let's do this, let's do that. We heard more rules in the taxi today than we are. That you commonly hear in stag do. So when you hear about the stag getting embarrassed, now Drew got off very lightly. In fact, he got off totally scot-free. Nothing happened and he kept so quiet about it. But there was a time recently when Drew got his full dose of self-inflicted embarrassment on a trip that is now referred to as the stag do warm-up. When we went to Bristol for Halloween. So we're going through airport security, I'm straight through. Drew gets asked, "Sir, can you please come to the side?" Have you got any liquids or sharp objects in your bag, sir? No. You got anything else that you shouldn't have? No. What are these handcuffs for then, sir? His face is getting redder and redder. Oh no, I'm a prisoner. I need to get my supervisor. So off she goes with these handcuffs to her supervisor. Me and Drew are looking on and going, Drew's just wanting the ground to open up and swallow him. So we can see there's pulling at these handcuffs and pulling. Drew's like, just chuck them in the bin, I don't need them. Just chuck them in the bin, I don't need them. Okay. She goes away back over. It's alright, sir, you can have your handcuffs back. So off we went to duty 3, handcuffed together. But apart from Drew's very bashful and self-conscious nature, he does have a very kind and caring side to him. Like the time when we went mountain biking, and Drew just bought a brand new £2,000 mountain bike. So we're biking for the day, end of the day. Said to him, Drew, I'm much better than you, give me a shot at the good bike, eh? Off this jump, annihilated, crash, wiped myself out, blood everywhere. I'm like, oh, get back up. Drew comes pelting down the hill, Toggie, my bike! So then I'm like, Drew, I'm covered in blood, I couldn't feel this side of my body. I'm like, Drew, we need to go to the A&E, we need to go to accident emergency. Well, you're not getting in my car like that. So after convincing him that it was okay that I wasn't going to get blood on the seats, took me to accident emergency. And I said, right, that's us here, Drew, give us a hand out the car. Well, I'm not coming in with you. All joking aside though, Drew can be very useful. Like the time when we were on the stag in France, we were having a drag dress-up night. Now, we had the dresses and we had the wigs at the start of the week, but there'd been a few wig casualties throughout the week. This was mostly due to me wearing them on the non-drag nights out, because I thought I looked so good. So Drew and a few others were dispatched to the shop for beer, wigs and beer. Now I'm not sure if any of you have been to the French Alps before, but there's and mop heads. Which we then fashioned into wigs to complete our outfits. I have pictures, if anyone would like to see them later. I'll be standing at the end of the bar. The point of the story is, Drew solved a problem that Toggie created, a common occurrence in our relationship, which I'm very fortunate to have. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Natalie, from the boys, for saying yes. And that we don't mind making Drew's stag do an annual event. But within our group of friends, excuse me, within our group of friends, I've always found myself looking up to Drew. He was always the first to do something, which I admired. However, I never found myself being jealous of Drew, as he would never boast or brag about his newfound glory, whether it was being the first to have a moped, or drive a car, leave school first, move to the big city, start college, live with a girl, rent a flat, rent a second flat, get a real job, buy a house. And hence why we're here today, because Drew always needs to be first. And who knows what your next first might? Yeah. One says yes, one says no. But we aren't here today just for Drew. No. Something much more important. We're here for Mrs. Natalie Garner. No. Mrs. Natalie Johnson. Yeah. I'd like to agree with the two other most important men in Natalie's life, that she does look stunning today. Wouldn't you all agree? Yeah. Now, earlier on, we heard a brief snippet from Melanie during the ceremony about how Drew and Natalie first met. I'd like to tell you all how I remember it. If I can take you back, 2007, the youthy, Moon Man. Just to explain, To anybody who lives outside the metropolis of Dunoon or Gyle, when we were in our final years of high school, we used to have fancy dress discos called 5th and 6s in a hall called the Youthy, where a lot of young love was formed. So picture the scene, the music's bouncing, the sweat is dripping off the ceiling. And as the smoke clears, Spider-Man spots a beautiful bumblebee.
Not a builder?
Not a builder, she was a bumblebee. Through the night air. Spider-Man swings across the dance floor. Towards the bumblebee. He stops at her. The masked Spidey asks Bumblebee if he can kiss her. Reluctantly, she agrees. He lifts his mask, but only slightly. He's not to reveal his unsightly face and scare her off. They kiss. The next day in school, a weary Natalie is reminiscing with pals over the last night's events and conquests. Who was the mystery masked man? See, she'd already been talking to Drew prior to this evening, but she couldn't be sure if it was him, because there was another 3 Spider-Men there that evening. And we're still not sure if Drew was Spider-Man. But Natalie being Natalie, decided that she wanted her masked man to be Drew. And that was that. The match was made. The bumblebee had been caught in Spidey's web. But saying that, I really do think that they are an amazing match for each other. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the bride and groom on behalf of myself and the other guests for such a fantastic day. I would like to wish you all the best for your future together and getting your bank balances back in order soon. Oh. And Drew, I hope this is your new best day ever. You had another one. I would now like to toast the beautiful bridesmaids with this poem. Toast them a minute. Here's to our wives who fill our lives with little bees and honey. They break life's shocks, they mend our socks, but don't they spend the money. Here's to the girl that's good and sweet, here's to the girl that's true. Here's to the girl that rules my heart, in other words, here's to you. Cheers, girls. Can we please, gentlemen, can we please be upstanding and toast for our ladies? To our ladies. Our ladies. And ladies, if you can now be upstanding, and a final toast, I would like to wish Spidey and Bumblebee, my friends, the new Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, all the best for their future together. Cheers. Cheers.